And now we're applying what we learned. Remember, direct variation is what?
Multiplication.
Yeah. Multiplication. And inverse variation is division.
Division.
Okay? So let's just, I'm going to write it down real quick. So direct is K times X, right?
Yep.
And inverse is
K divided by X.
is K divided by X. Good?
Yes.
All right. We remember that from yesterday?
Yeah.
And Monday or whatever. So now we're going to actually apply to situation. So here I have a square, right? And I have the length is my X. So this is my X. And the width is my
And how do you know that?
Y.
Oh,
It
side,
says
side.
it right
Okay,
there.
never mind. I see.
Oh my god.
No, I just pulled it, you know, out of my rear end. I thought it would be fun.
Oh.
Okay. So here we go. I forgot I was recording. Anyways, it's a joke. People who watch the video. So right here we have perimeter, and so with perimeter, how do you find perimeter of anything?
You add all sides.
You add all the sides, right? 2L plus 2W. That's all the different things you learn, right? It could be side plus side plus side plus side, or it could be 2L plus 2Ws if you're specifically talking about a rectangle or a square, correct? All right, in this case, I'm talking about a what?
Square.
A square. So by adding all sides, I should be able to find
Perimeter.
perimeter. And it's not width, guys, it's perimeter. My bad.
I was gonna say it's not even equation, it says perimeter. I know, I was gonna correct you.
Really? Y'all were going to say that to me? Y'all.
That's what he's talking about.
It's a square. The length and the width are the same.
I didn't want to correct you.
I wanted to correct you, but I didn't want to be mean.
No, no.
I'm like, I didn't even know.
All right, so my length and my perimeter. So in this case, what would I do to find the perimeter of this?
Times
Times
4.
3.
I would times 4 because it's a what?
Square.
A square. So what would that lead to?
Nothing. You're
12.
12. What would I do here?
Times 4.
And so what did that lead
I
to?
got
30.
7 and a half sides.
Yeah.
Y equals X. So what would I do here?
30 times 4.
Times 4, it leads to
38.
38. So for any one of these, in order for this to be a function, y would equal what?
X
Four
times
eggs.
4.
And so what kind of relationship is this?
A
Direct.
direct.
A direct, because I am doing what?
Multiply.
Multiplying.
That is what's up.
How do we feel?
Been good on this.
I mean, that's
Felt pretty
easy.
We got to start off slow, okay? Now, if this was a little harder, what you could use is your calculator. When you create the table and you can't come up with the equation on your own, you can use your calculator. So I need everyone to take out their calculator.
Oh yeah.
And you're going to press the home screen,
On screen. Dark.
okay? You want to press the home screen and you want to start a new document.
New document.
And if it's going to ask you, do you want to save the old document, you're going to say no.
Nothing. You're too easy.
Okay. I need to put in a list of information. So I wonder, number 4.
Number 1.
Okay? So in this, what the CX allows you to do, the Inspire in general allows you to do, instead of just using X and Y, you can specifically say what your column, what your axes are. So I need my X axis to be my width,
Your length.
my length, what she said, and I need my,
That's not good keeping.
Why is it in QWERTY?
I can't
it's
type
not
this
QWERTY
keyboard.
because if it was a QWERTY keypad, people would not, QWERTY
QWERTY.
keypad,
What does that mean?
Like the one
like on your phone which you text with,
Okay.
it spells out QWERTY across the top, QWER.
For real?
Yes, that's why it's called QWERTY.
QWERTY.
The reason why is because you wouldn't be able to use it on testing.
Why not?
Because they feel that if it's a QWERTY style keyboard,
QWERTY, it says, oh, it does
QWERTY.
say QWERTY.
I'm not
But
slow,
then it
guy.
has more letters after it.
Yeah, but it's the beginning of it. You're not gonna call it QWERTY, are you? No, that's ridiculous. Because they believe, Mark, that if it's a QWERTY keypad, that on a testing, people would be more. They'll be easier for them to cheat and copy and save information in their calculators. So it has to be alphabetical.
I mean, you can still do that.
Do it.
But imagine how much time you would waste trying to make a note in your calculator
Not
about
that much.
this SAT you just did. A lot.
Wow, you just confused me. So I don't really care now.
Okay, good.
I got lost.
All right, so my links were, what links did we use? 3,
I put this in the wrong one. I put the wrong one.
7.5.
Nothing, you're too.
and then the perimeters we got were,
No, who are you talking to?
12,
30, and 38.
38.
gracias.
Wait.
Gracias.
I wrote in the wrong one.
Okay.
All right, so what this does is it now created a table for me, and what you do is you go back, press the home button, the house, the little house. You're gonna press, and then you're gonna press the purple key, the little graph. So you press
Statistics.
the data and statistics. And what this allows you to do is, if you go to the y-axis, you can, huh?
You're wrong.
It doesn't matter where your points are.
What did you do next?
They're going to be scattered. Calm down, easy killers.
Go back to the home
Easy killers.
and click the purple graph thing.
Easy killers.
Okay.
Now click your dot.
Which dot?
Any of them.
Man, I don't know.
Your homework is due Friday, so
What
I
homework?
think. What are we supposed to do to get that?
Always pick one up.
Miss?
Does it look like this?
Okay, so will you put
Yeah,
it
well,
right
like
here?
mine is, everybody's dots are different, but like,
Miss Jones.
mine's not forming
Hey,
online.
math isn't as important. We have to get ready for college.
you got it?
We put it right here. Right here.
Oh, we drag them?
I'm not liking it.
Hey, it goes on
Do we,
here.
are we supposed to drag them?
What goes there?
Where are we supposed to put them? Is where?
My format.
You gotta.
So
No,
one's
we-
gonna disappear, and then you're just gonna go
Mine.
Did you get some of this?
click on perimeter.
Nah, dude.
I know, but
You can see all your dots.
I don't know what you did. That's why I told you to do the perimeter first, but you did.
Oh.
You did link first.
Oh, I did link first too.
Right. Oh.
I did.
You're supposed
Oh,
to
I
put
did
perimeter
spell it
first?
wrong.
Huh?
How'd you do that?
You're supposed
You
to
just
put
scroll over it.
That's about how big my thing is.
You
So
put
you
the
just
one that
drag
has the greatest numbers because it'll scale it for you. So perimeter for us was our greater numbers,
Can I
right?
redo it?
You don't need to.
When it's cold.
If you have it and someone around you doesn't, please help them.
Help me.
Okay?
I'm gonna redo
So
it.
this is
My
And then down here, you make your link, and it plots.
Mine did it again. So what am I doing wrong?
Because you're not putting perimeter.
Sorry.
No, I mean it's not going to the graph. What I do?
Now how do I undid it?
Oh, if I hit it, wait.
All right. So what kind of relationship is this?
I don't know.
How do I?
I don't even know how to get to that.
You just scroll over the x-axis.
Scroll over the x-axis where it would be.
That's the direct.
It's not working.
Oh my gosh, I didn't have this one earlier. What is your struggle, little boy?
Well, do you realize
Hey,
most
me
of
too.
your
I
peers
can't
don't
get there.
track me? So.
Hey, yeah. That means you too.
I said, she didn't want to own up to her thing. Okay. You just owned up to moves.
No, bro, we were all laughing though. Y'all can't. Heaven was the main one making us laugh because she was the one that kept bringing it back up.
Okay.
But you
You didn't have to
said
be that rude though.
You don't care.
Okay, I'm not gonna talk about you no more. I'm just gonna talk bad to you.
Y'all talk bad to you. I don't talk bad
No,
to
but
you.
still, like it matters. Huh?
Right here, then 3, 7.5, 9.5.
We should do that for everybody.
Because I was showing you how you can label exactly what you have, and no one else seemed to have struggled with linking
I'm just scared. My third time doing it.
I didn't know it.
I said A and B,
So much today.
What?
A and B there,
Y'all supposed to
and
track
then
me?
the purple graph,
Yeah.
and now you guys scroll over,
Yeah, it was cute, bro. You can follow Priscilla
and
right.
then scroll
You
down.
can follow Priscilla, bro.
And then we had to make these videos of the.
Chata.
Alright, so,
you know. Hey, you know that's a real name
Hallmark.
in one of these movies. Like, it's a
Help
movie
me,
called
alright, so,
it's when they go.
guys, back. So here we go. So now that we have managed to plot this,
Oh, you look good.
what you're going to do is now talk about how, what do you call this?
Be quiet. Shut up.
All right. So, what kind of relationship is this? Because it's linear, we know it's what?
No.
We already said it. What is the inverse relation? The variation relation.
Direct.
It's a direct variation, right? And that's because it's linear. That's because I'm multiplying by something. And a linear function, you are multiplying by something, and that's called your, what is it called? Rise and run. Your slope. That's your slope. That K is your slope. So when we look here, it's going to go menu, 4, Mark, Noe. I need y'all to follow along because I'm not going to.
That's what I'm trying to do. Go on the menu.
4.
And then we're going to go to what's called a regression. A regression is when you're trying to analyze the results.
Which one?
6.
So what did we say ours was?
Power.
Linear.
We just said it was linear, right? And the reason why we said it's linear is because it clearly makes a line. Now with linear, there's 2 types of linear. Most of the time we just use mx plus b. Sometimes people use a plus bx, and the reason why they use that is if they know it's a negative line.
So
Okay.
it's the first one?
It's the first one because we know our slope is what?
4, 6.
So do we hit N?
And X plus
Positive.
Yeah.
So menu 4, 6, and then I'm going to choose this. And it plots it for me.
Whoa.
Whoa.
So there's my line, and here's my function. Now,
Mom will do it.
Yours are
do it again. Menu
Menu.
4, 6, 1.
It says 2 or more.
Menu.
It
4,
says max
6,
dimensions.
1.
That's what it says.
Did y'all hear that on the computer?
One more time.
I know what mine said.
4.
Mine
6.
said
Menu 4.
Oh, it's
on your table.
menu 4, 6, 1.
Okay, we heard it enough already.
Hey, be quiet.
No.
Nothing, you're too young.
Oh.
Alright, so menu 4, 6, 1 gives me my linear regression. Now, can y'all tell me what this negative 1 e to the negative 14 means?
No.
10 times
Menu 4,
10
6, 1.
times 14 power, or like x times 14.
It's scientific notation, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and scientific notation is telling me that I have negative 1 times 10 to the negative 4. 14. So that means I have a number, and what does a negative power means when it's scientific notation? I move to the what direction?
Right.
Left.
Wow.
I'm moving my exponent to the left. Okay? So that means I'm taking this point and it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And this is where the decimal actually
All
belongs.
those are 0.
And all of these are 0. So essentially, that value is what?
You skip one.
You know, you get the point. I think I added an extra. So essentially, the value is 0. So that means this value does not affect my problem. And what did we say our function would be?
4x.
4x.
So what's the answer?
So if I had a harder problem that I could not figure out the function based on the table, would this help me find my
That'll
function?
always just scratch
Yeah.
out.
Yes. Huh?
That'll always just like go.
If it's a large negative number, or if it's a large negative number, yeah.
So
But-
say it's like 10 to the negative 2.
Then no, because it just means negative 0.01. So there's a small difference there. But this is ridiculously, it's going to take a lot of adding to even make this matter. Like probably almost infinite adding. Okay, so that's why it's scratched out. And we know that it would be scratched out because based on our pattern we already found, what do we get?
4x.
4x. We knew it had to be 4x. But if it was a harder problem, would knowing how to do that make it easier to find my equation? Yes, Miss Jones, it would. Okay, thank you.
Nothing.
All right, here we go. So moving on a little harder. Now we're talking about area. So I have a rectangle with a length of x units and a width of y units. Okay, so x in this problem is still length, but now y is really width. Okay, and it says the area is 60 units squared. Well, what's the area formula for a rectangle?
LW.
Area equals length times width, and in this case, our length and width are what variable?
X and
4.
Y.
X and
4.
y.
4.
So based on this restriction, what do we know about our function? X and Y has to equal what?
60.
60. So if I need to make this an equation in order to solve for Y, what do I need to do first?
Divide
4
X.
times 50.
60x equals
Y equals.
oh,
So Y equals what?
It's an indirect.
60 divided by x.
It's not called indirect.
Inverse.
Inverse. So this is a inverse variation.
Yeah, that. In who?
Why is it inverse?
Because it's dividing.
It's divided.
K is on top.
So because of this equation, I can find the width of
Inversely.
anything. What did he say?
So y is 15.
So Y would be 15. What about the next one?
We don't know.
What's 60 divided by 8? 7.5.
15 over 2.
And then
12,
5.
5.
Large.
Okay, now let's do it in the calculator.
We gotta do a new document. Like,
We're going to do a new document. So go home, new document. Do I want to save?
no.
No.
Miss, hold on.
If I have a table,
Do we put width first?
yes, it does. In all honesty, it doesn't matter because remember you get to the screen and you choose what your X and Y axis is.
I'm put LW.
That's fine, Noe. I'll do it to follow you. So the links that they wanted me to test with were, what are they?
4, 8, 12.
4,
8, 12,
okay, and the resulting width was,
15, 7.5.
make sure you hit the enter so that they're all there.
I knew you were going to say that.
And then I go back to the home screen and I want to go to
The purple.
the purple one. I want a graph. So I'm going to go to the graph.
Purple.
Okay? Which numbers were larger?
The width.
The width. So I'm going to do my y-axis first, my x-axis first.
So you do the one that's smaller.
Is it width? Which one's first?
The
Length.
width.
Which one's larger?
Length.
Width.
Width is because that's 15.
Length is
Length
the
only goes to
X
12.
axis.
But still, you do it close.
No, we don't do like that.
Length is a
X-axis.
Y.
So width
Length
is larger. So I need to do my y-axis first.
So then why did you tell us to do x-axis and y-axis?
Because that one was.
Does it really
bigger.
matter?
It says that your x is your length.
It
and
really
your y.
won't. It should automatically fix it itself. Just put it in and see what happens, Evan.
Okay, let me see.
You still should end up with this graph.
Mini 4, 6, 1.
It's not. Is that a line?
Oh no.
Oh,
No.
It's not. It's what?
It's
Oh, no,
a.
sh-
It's
It's a.
parabola.
Okay, so you think it's a quadratic?
No. Never mind.
Because that means it has a curve to it, right?
Hey, miss, why you making this so
But
complicated?
it's one of those. I don't know.
All right, it has a curve to it. Right? So what we know is that it has to have, it's possibly a parabola,
Exponential.
or it could be exponential, has a different kind of curve to it.
It could be an F.
What about a power function?
I don't know what that is.
Hey, what I tell you? What I tell you?
What?
Remember? I told you.
Remember? Remember?
Mini 4 what?
So what this is a power function. The reason
467.
why we know it's a power function, guys, is because what did we get for our answer when we did the equation by hand?
60 divided by x.
60 divided by x. And what is the power of that x if I wanted to be,
What?
if I wanted everything in the
Negative
new, negative 1. That is why it's a power
How
function.
is it
Because I
negative
can, because when you have an inverse function, Nick, the reason why we're doing this is because an inverse function can also be written as k times x to the negative power.
Okay.
Write that down.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Your quiz tomorrow is over what you did on Monday and Tuesday.
Oh, that's easy stuff.
Hey, wait,
Yeah, I like
where'd you
that.
put your answer?
Okay? So that's k to the negative 1. So that is why this is a power function. So this type of direct is what kind of function?
Direct.
Is what? What's the,
What line?
Y equals
it's a linear function, right?
Linear.
And then the inverse created a what kind of function?
Power.
A power function.
I told you.
Okay.
Okay? And did we not get 60,
6 divided by
6 divided by x or 6 times x to the negative 1 power?
No.
Yes, that's
60 times x to the negative 1.
And that's the same thing as 60 divided by x.
Why, yes, ma'am.
Oh,
Yes, it
I
is.
get it, because when you have a negative, you got
Exactly. It's been a bad number, so it goes truly downstairs.
That's a bad boy.
All right?
Truly?
Okay, so those are the little tricks I'm going to show you with the calculator. The last problem we're not going to do with the calculator. We're going to do it old school by hand.
Oh, man.
And we may not get to do the partner activity.
Why not?
Yeah,
Dang, you let me see how tall I am.
All right, here we go. So this is the shadow problem. The shadow problem says a man is 5 feet tall. So he's a little man. Clearly, he's only 5 feet. And he casts a 3-foot shadow. Okay? At the same time of day, a tree y feet high casts an x feet shadow. Okay? So that means he's walking through the forest, right? And as he's walking through this forest with his 3-foot shadow, he can stand a distance from various trees and measure their shadows. And based on what their shadows is and him knowing his own height, he can predict how tall the tree is itself.
Yeah, no lie.
Okay? Maybe he's a ranger, and his job is to walk through the forest.
He's a national
And measure
forest person.
trees.
And find out the.
You gotta do something to kill that time.
He's a park ranger.
Sleep.
So what this tells me is that there's a relationship between height and your shadow, right?
Yeah.
So there's a relationship between your height and shadow. For the man, what's his height?
5.
And what's his shadow?
3.
So that means that if I wanted to find the tree's height, in this case, what's the tree's height?
Y.
Y.
Or Y.
And what's the tree's shadow?
X.
X. So what did I just set up to solve?
Ratio? No.
An inverse.
Starts with a P?
Proportion.
A proportion. And with a proportion, I would cross multiply
Or 5A.
equals 3y, right? What would I do to get y by itself?
Divided by
Divided
y.
by
I mean 3.
So 5/3 X. Oh, and then it's like.
So what's my equation?
It's like a slope. Y equals 5/3 X.
Inverse. Y equals.
What kind of relationship is that?
Miss, how is it over
It's
3?
a
It
inverse.
direct.
It's a direct
Why
variation.
is it over 3?
Why is it over
Multiply.
3? Because I cross multiply, and then I divide to get my variable by itself. And so it's 3 times y, and when I divide by 3, it gave me 5/3. You see it? Okay? So what kind of relationship is this?
Direct.
It's a direct, and because it's direct, I know what kind of
Line.
it would be a line. Okay, it would be linear. Now that I have this equation, can I fill in my table?
Yes.
Yeah. So, what is it?
7.5,
15.
15,
Wait, how do I do
and
that?
17.5.
Plug it in the X.
And then what, 17.5?
Yes.
Because I have an equation. And with an equation, I can solve for any missing variable.
Y.
Do we need the calculator?
So
If I need a calculator, I will use it to check my answer. But do we need a calculator? No, the calculator is just a tool for when you want to check your answer. It is not your end all and be all because you can do it without a calculator. I promise.
So it's just direct.
So it's just a direct. Why is it direct? Because I'm doing what here, Mark? I'm multiplying. Huh? I don't know what I said either. If you were talking about me. All right. So this is what we were gonna do. We were gonna do the mirror exercise. I would have the mirrors ready to go. But we're just gonna do it up here because we're not.
Save it for tomorrow?
Maybe we'll try it tomorrow.
Yes.
Maybe
After our
we
quiz.
will do it.
Ooh.
Quiz.
She just said that no, she's been saying it. Kayla said it too.
Alright, I'm ready for this.
All right, so the mirror exercise, the math behind this is that a person who is 60 inches tall looks through a mirror 30 inches from the wall. Okay?
Dang, he's short. 5 feet.
All right, so here it goes. If she is X inches away, how far of the wall can she see? So you can find the height of the wall or the height of a building by using the mirror trick and your own height. Okay? So it works like this. So
Does
here,
that always work?
you can predict someone's height.
Is this true?
That's what we were going to show you, but we clearly don't have time.
You ain't gotta get mad.
So here we go. So first off, it says that we're going to set up something very similar to this because it's a proportion. The reason why you know it's a proportion is because you have similar triangles. Okay? Do I not have similar triangles?
Yes, you do.
Did I not have similar triangles over here?
Yes, you do.
And what did we do to solve this?
Yes, you do.
Proportion.
We set up a proportion. So it's the same thing. This case, it's the height of the person
Over the shadow.
over the distance.
So height over mirror.
The distance from the mirror. But I didn't want to write distance from mirror because that's a
So it'd
lot.
be 60 over 30.
Okay.
Was just 1/2.
So in the first person, so the person, how tall are they?
The 60 inches.
They're 60 inches. Do they know how far they are from the mirror yet?
30 inches.
No, the mirror is 30 inches from the
Oh.
wall, but how far is the person?
It's
No,
I
X.
don't know.
They don't know. All right. So now we're gonna talk about the wall. Do we know how tall the wall is?
No.
That's wide.
It's
That's
wide.
why. Do we know how far the mirror is from the wall
Yes,
though?
30
30
inches.
inches.
We set up another proportion.
Oh my gosh. What are we gonna do?
We're gonna have to cross multiply.
So we have
900.
X, Y.
X, Y.
1800,
Oh yeah.
what are they
Equal
now?
1800.
and then what do I need to do to get y by itself?
Divide by X.
What happened to 60 over 30?
It's-
60 over 30 and then
It's not 60 over 30 because this is pertaining to the person
Yes, ma'am.
and this is pertaining to the wall. You have to keep their information grouped together. Just like this going, my columns, my rows are all about the height, and this row is all about the distance. So your information has to stay grouped together in order for a proportion to work.
This is an inverse.
Okay? And why is it inverse, Nick?
So we're dividing.
Because I'm dividing. So when I use a proportion, I can create either a direct relationship or I can create a
Inverse.
inverse
It's
relationship.
a power function.
It's a power.
Nick.
It says on the computer.
So y equals 1800.
1800 over X.
So if she is 20 inches from the mirror, how high up on the wall can she see?
90.
If she is 40 inches from the mirror, how high up the wall can she see?
45.
If she is 60 inches from the mirror,
30.
Let her finish it.
but do you see how once we create that equation, it makes it so much easier?
That's right.
All right, this is where we're gonna stop at.
That's where we're going.
I can.
Wait, it's a power function.
It's a what?
Power function.
It is a power function. Why is it a power function?
Because
Because
it's
it's
an
negative
inverse.
1.
Because it's inverse. It'll be x to the what?
Negative 1.
Negative uno. Good job.